Welcome back, everybody, to M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. We're set to go as the Bills are in possession of the football in quarter number 4. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he's got some space here. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. Charles, for this losing side, their heads.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the Bengals' veteran linebacker, who really led his defense last week with a 10-tackle game. It's the Bengals and the Ravens under the lights on Sunday night.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. Cincinnati's offense takes the field, and leading the way for the reigning AFC champs is last season's comeback player of the year, a man who needs no introduction, Joe Burrow.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Here we go.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
First down there for T. Higgins. Don't let it be lost in Jamar Chase's phenomenal season.
Here we go.
The Higgins had a big year for Cincinnati as well.
Here we go.
Topped the 1,000-yard plateau for the first time, and he did it despite missing a few games with injuries. The third-year man could give Cincy a pair of Pro Bowlers at the position here in 2022.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. The numbers for Mixon last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. First down, here's the run with Cook. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 8 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
After the last game, they had plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a change-up.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Being chased out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be 3rd and long. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Devin Duvernay, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Potentially doing it for some reason, but that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
First down, here's Burrow. It's caught, Smith. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
For a team who
Tell me you want that money without telling me you want that money. We get it, boy.
Bad play thus far. That streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They'll start at the 40, so great starting
Good in the
field
chat.
position following the interception. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They start the drive with Cook, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Oh, this defense for the Bengals, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The Ravens had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Ravens have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. You got to get this in. Yeah, perfect omelet. Dropped it. It's a little bit of a turnover. You went right back though and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
You're worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey on, but not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Hurts need to step it up. What the fuck? Got cooked by Kylie.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson now. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Oh my goodness. Torn labrum.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss. Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson, and he fires one incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
1, 2,
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October, because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield, creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. Now Burrow on 1st down. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. It's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Burrow will throw. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 21. Here we go. Now it's Burrow. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Tucker now for the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. 3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 30 short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Kyle Hamilton in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And that's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. To the air again, Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 24, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Burrow. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Bengals are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
We often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They'll look to throw here. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there we say, so long, America. Hello, England. As we head over the Atlantic to check out the action in London, where it was the Giants acting as the visitors who were able to come away with the victory. Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. And finally, on Monday Night Football, 2 old rivals in the AFC West, the Raiders, the Chiefs from Arrowhead. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Bengals in that first half. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson can really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got him on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Cook up the gut. He'll get this up to about the 44.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school smash mouth football. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. 2nd and 5 now. Burrow out of his hands quickly to Higgins. Finding space at the 40. Still on his feet. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. At CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. Inside handoff to Mixon. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now back to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Jamar Chase from 6 yards away. And the Bengals get a bit closer. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 27. Here on a Sunday night. Back now in Baltimore. The Bengals on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. From 13 yards out. And the Bengals have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And some room to run now. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bengals strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And that's caught inside the 30. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham, 62 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there's going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. To throw again on second down. Burrow. This one hauled in by Sample. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the short catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Again, it's Burrow. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 156 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll take this into the end zone from Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 7. A minute 25 to play. And no other way to say it, they have blown a big lead, but a chance to rescue things late. Jackson. And he goes out right around the 39. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Jackson. It's caught. Beckham. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines, but incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Throwing, Jackson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come